Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make this beautiful spaghetti strap, camisole or string top, however you call it. I'm going to show you how to make it with very easy steps. If you'd love to watch more sewing and pattern drafting video tutorials from me, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell because I post new sewing and pattern drafting video tutorials every single week. So without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my fabric. I'm going to fold it 2 times, 1 and 2, because I'm making the spaghetti top for my front and back side of my top part of body. And I'm going to get my pattern for the spaghetti top. If you don't know how to make this pattern, I have a video at the end of this video. I'll link it in the comment sections. I already have another video where I was drafting this pattern. And then I'm also going to use this for my spaghetti straps. It's going to be 4 inches wide, so this is on fold, it's 2 inches, and also it's going to be 12 inches or 14 inches in length. So the actual length is 5 inches, then the extra is for the joining or seam allowance. So in order to determine the length of the spaghetti strap, I'm going to show you how I did it. So this is my bodice block, this is my bust line, and 5 inches above my bust line is where my spaghetti top is going to end. So 5 inches above from this bust line, this is where the spaghetti ends. And also there's a shoulder which is 5 inches. So let's have an imaginary shoulder line here. So this is an imaginary shoulder line. From here to here is 5 inches, and from there to up to my shoulder is 5 inches. So that is why the 5 inches length for my spaghetti straps came from. That's how I determined the length of these spaghetti straps. 5 inches plus 1 or 2 inches for joining allowance. I hope that's clear, guys. Okay, so next I'm just going to trace this on my fabric for my front and back part. So if you love this video, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. So I'm just going to trace it out, as you can see. So after tracing out, I'm going to get my pair of scissors and I'm going to cut out. Okay, so I've just finished cutting out, and once I open these two, I have my front piece and my back piece of the spaghetti top, and the pieces are, the front and back is going to look exactly the same. So if you want your back to be flat, a bit different, you can do a little alteration. You're the designer. If you want it to be like mine, you can just follow suit and draft like I have done it. So let me just separate them and show you guys what I mean. So this is my front and the other one is the back. So what I mean is, if you want the back to be straight, you can make it straight without those 2 pointies there where the arrow is pointing. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the facings for my front and back. I'm just going to get my front piece and place it on another fabric. Then I'm going to trace out and make my facing for the neckline and part of the armhole. So just going to trace the front and back to make my facings with the aid of my tailor's. So after cutting the facings, this is how beautiful the two front and back facing pieces look. So next I'm going to stitch these facings and attach them to my front and back pieces of my spaghetti trap. Then after sewing them, I'll just place it on top. I'll get the right sides of my facing to face the right sides of the other piece. Then I'm going to stitch and notch. So this is the other piece. I'm going to place it right sides facing the right sides. Then after joining, this is how beautiful they're going to look. I have notched and pressed and turned to the right side. This is how the front and the other back looks. Then next I'm going to join them on one side. So since I'm using non-stretchy fabric, I'm going to add a zipper on the other side because this fabric is non-stretchy. Because if I don't put a zipper, it's going to be very difficult for me to put on. If you know what I mean, guys, if you're using stretchy fabric, it's way easier to put on your clothes than non-stretchy fabric. So this is how it looks. Then after, this is the front side, the right side, and this is the back right side. So after attaching my zipper, I'm going to get my two stripes, my spaghetti straps. I'm going to stitch them on the sides, then I'll turn them inside out. So if you want them smaller, you can make them smaller, but remember, when you're using non-stretchy fabric, they have to be a bit bigger so that it will be easier for you to turn them to the right sides. So my width is 4 inches and my length is 12 inches. So I'm just going to stitch them on one side, as you can see. Then I'm going to turn them inside out. This is the wrong side. I'll turn them to the right side of my fabric with the help of my scissors. So after I finish turning them to the right side, this is how beautiful they're going to look. Then I'm going to press them with a hot steam pressing iron and give them a perfect look. Then after pressing them with my hot pressing iron, I'm going to neatly attach them to my top. So this is how they are. Then after attaching them to my top, this is how beautiful they are going to look like. So this is how beautiful it looks. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful, and subscribe if you don't want to miss out on more sewing and pattern drafting video tutorials. Bye, see you next time.